All right, so today marks 90 days of owning the path of semen retention in my life. No sex, no masturbation, no ejaculation. Holding on to the seed that is sacred, that gives life. And wanting to share some of the insights that have been accumulated and integrated in my life over these last 3 months, as pornography addiction has been one of the deepest struggles on my path. Porn, this weapon to distort the soul of man. Pornography distorted so deeply my perception of women, creating them into objects for my pleasure. Porn solidified a paradigm in which I was socially anxious, confused, chaotic, overly emotional. And just to name, December of 2018, I journeyed down to Peru and experienced the sacred medicine of ayahuasca. And one of the most important experiences that I went through was being shown that there was an energy leeching my life force through my addiction to porn ever since I've been 11, 12 years old, and uncovered it playing a game on a computer where the blocks broke and behind the blocks was a picture of a naked woman. And this led and unraveled into having to utilize pornography almost every single day for 8 to 10 years. And after I was shown this experience of possession, that there are entities in the universe that seek to feed off of lower frequencies. And this semen is one of the most potent forms of energy that these demons want from you. And I saw how I created this codependent relationship that was parasitic. It was creating lethargy, was creating this force inside me that wasn't able to fully claim the divine masculine inside myself. I cowered. My posture, bent over, depressed for so many years of my life, cycling through toxic shame in which I'd turn to the porn to try to alleviate the pain and it would only deepen it. And then I would shame myself for having turned to it. And then I'd isolate myself, thinking that I was unworthy of love, unworthy of connection to others, that they would shame me for having gone through what I've gone through. And now I'm realizing that what I have gone through is actually to experience deep lessons and teachings that I'm now called to share, as holding my seed has completely transformed my life in every single way and allowed me to magnetize the reality that I desire from the fullness of my heart. As I'm out here in Colorado and I've just returned in the last month, my life has become a magical dance of connection and joy and presence and contentment and purpose and conviction and owning the spirit of penetration, not merely into the physical feminine, but into the earth. It's giving me this energy that feels like it wants to penetrate life with passion and potency and vitality and vigor. And I've seen how it's rewired the way in which I talk, the way in which I walk, the way I hold myself, the way I listen to others, the presence. My presence was so wavering, thoughts constantly pulling me into lust. There has been a complete rewiring of my brain in which I do not look to the feminine as an object anymore. I can recognize the beauty, but not come from this place of trying to take for my own gratification or trying to sexualize every situation. We live in a world in which we are bombarded with sexual imagery all over the place, calling us into our lower instincts. And this journey has been a process of sexual alchemy in which I'm not engaging with masturbation, but I am welcoming in the energy when it stirs and channeling it into the gym, channeling it into cold plunging, channeling it into freestyle rapping, channeling it on hikes, channeling it into primal scream therapy, in which I'm actually able to express what is inside me. Because to me, we as men turn to pornography to numb out our emotions. And it's giving me this new framework in which my emotional intelligence has deepened, where I can actually acknowledge what I'm feeling and not seek to numb it out, but instead welcome it in fully, and to see how important that is. That when an emotion is felt all the way through, the kingdom inside the self is unlocked. For there's no need to turn to naked people on a screen having sex in order to feel gratification. To see that when they do a brain scan of a porn addict and a heroin addict, it is the same chemicals in the brain that are firing. That for so long I was getting this dopamine hit. And the addiction was so deep, caused so much pain and turmoil, and created this force inside me that pushed away what I actually wanted. And now that I've held the seed, I've brought in everything that I want. My relationships have deepened because I'm holding the standards inside myself of truth, of courage, of integrity. And everything in my external is reflecting that because it's a mirror. So if we're wasting away our life-giving energy, our reality is going to reflect that. For this fluid does not merely create physical life, it has the power to create divine intelligence and move it from the heavens into the earth. And I've seen this so deeply in my practice of ceremony daily, engaging in meditation, in prayer, in intention setting, in tarot pulling, in chanting, evoking the spirit of my ancestors. There has been this momentum in which I'm able to fully engage and be animated in communion with my Creator. There's no more of this lethargy that promotes a lack of drive, a lack of purpose and mission. For so much of us as men in the modern day, we lack a why, and we're stirred by society, by culture, telling us who we should be, how we should think, what we should wear, how we should look. And semen retention has really shown me what it means to own the spirit of my why. Why are we here? Is one of the greatest questions we can ask ourselves. And with that has brought on the spirit of a convicted heart, in which I fully decide to give all of my passion to my path, facing whatever fears show themselves, allowing that fear to birth more courage, seeing the seed as your masculinity, and no longer choosing to give it away freely into your fucking sock or your rag or whatever it is. It's time to wake up. It's time to realize the attack that is being waged upon the masculine in the modern day, whether it's through the vaccines, whether it's through the porn, whether it's through the chemicals and the estrogens in the food, whether it's through the programming coming through Hollywood. It's all over the place. We are bombarded with distractions. And with the holding of the seed, there is this mental sharpness in which you are able to discern what is true and what is not, and to cut and pierce through limitations and false illusions. For we live in a world of Jezebels, this governing spirit in the Bible that weaves its way through the feminine and tries to trap masculines in by fitting this mold of the Kardashian archetype that you will see all over Instagram, of all these young women just fitting a mold and over-sexualizing themselves, thinking that it's empowerment. When your seed is held, you are able to cut through the appearances of the world and to see into the deeper spiritual nature and energy behind things. So really wanting to name how much semen retention has become the foundation of my spiritual path. It's not a challenge that I did for myself that I'm going to stop. I've seen that it's actually a road that I will walk for the rest of my life. Because as a foundation, as my roots, I'm seeing that the branches that sprout from it are oh so mighty and grow towards the heavens. We don't need to be wasting our seed anymore, for our seed holds vital nutrients and minerals for the body. And when we're holding it, it is this self-replenishing, this self-regeneration in which you are participating with the intelligence of your body. Semen retention has allowed me to have the energy to show up fully every single day without excuses and to give my all to life, to the earth. And in that giving, the receiving, the tenfold blessings have continuously been bestowed because it's aligning with our biology. For men are not meant to be watching random people on screens, alone in their beds. Men are meant to be connecting with the fullness of life. Men are meant to be vital. We have been so feminized in our society. And I'm oh so grateful for semen retention, for reminding me that we don't have to try to be masculine, that when we just connect to our biology, it naturally unfolds. Thank you for watching this video. I am calling in a resurrection of this YouTube channel as this 90 days has come and has called me to start sharing the insights in my life. For that is the goal of life itself, to pass on what it has learned. Aho.